Greg, can you hear me? I got you. Thank you, sir. All right, on a 1, 2, 3, we do like just a happy birthday, just those regular good time happy birthday. 1, 2, 3. Hey, so I want to open it up right away. Maybe you guys don't want to get up here tonight, but I'm sure there's a bunch of you, Renee Schwinn, Renee Schweikart, who wants to have a little bit of sentiment to send Zach and get us started. So I'm going to come your way, and you're going to start it out.
I thought I was going to, okay.
Happy birthday, Johnny!
Where do I go? Do I go up there? Yes.
No, I'll come to you. But hey, anybody that just wants to say a little something or talk a little shit to our good buddy Zach Gardner, let me know and I will come to you.
Okay. Say who you are.
I tell you what.
I told you it was going to happen.
Go upside down.
Who you are?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, my name is Renee Schwinn. Yeah, FYI. Thank you.
You gotta get up there.
No, it's Renee Schwinn.
Come up front. Come up front. That hair just left.
Alright. Gosh darn it. I don't like going first. Okay, so anyways. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I actually specifically said that I was not going to be in the roast lineup. I didn't want to roast. I love Zach. As much as I'd love to roast him on my own time. I did not want to open up roasting of myself. Is this working? This seems like an epic fail over here.
Alright. It's a good sound check. Thank you for being the victim.
I'm just standing here, trying to detract from everything that is happening right now.
You want to be like this close? You want to get like your lips right up on the ball?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get that ball real close to your lips.
Phallic, and I'm not cool. Okay, so anyways, I've known Zach forever. I should have roasted him, but I wasn't doing that to myself. So Zach and I, you guys ever do this, like when you're kids, like we have this pact. Gosh, Lori, 14, we said,
Get me a hair.
fuck yeah, man. hey, like, I love you, you love me. If we're not married by the time we're 30, like, let's get married.
That's right.
We're best friends, why don't we do that? So yeah, like, I literally remember this conversation, this is no joke. I remember, like, the, condo I was living in, like, I was on the phone, I was laying in bed, it was like, noon. So, yeah, we were 26, and Zach tells me, like, we're on the phone, Zach brings it up, he's like, yeah, man, we're 26. He's like, 30's right on the corner. And I'm like, yeah, it is. And he's like, yeah. He's like, maybe we should say 35. First off, 30 is 4 years away, but I get it. I mean, it was. Yeah, so he tells me 35. So again, like, as I'm trying to think of roast material, I'm like roasting myself and the fact that he didn't want to marry me at 26.
And Trevor was the lucky man.
But we move on, and like we get to the point to where we are 30, and it's just like, okay, yeah, we're gonna say we're 35. I wasn't even planning on doing that. Joe just freaking threw me to the wolves, dude. I do love me some Zach. I do have to say that wait, no, I'm supposed to fucking talk shit about you before I love you, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright. I'm not gonna do that. Alright, I'm just gonna go into how much I love him. That
We're gonna go with the freezer.
Yeah, but for real. We've been friends forever, and I'll tell you what, I don't know about you guys. I've not had in
Greatest
my
person
life
ever.
this relationship to where you have never, ever, ever let me down. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. And I'll tell you what, props to anybody who can say that about more than one person in their lives. Zach is that for me. Zach is that man. And like from that boy to that man who has never in his life ever let me down. And that's pretty fucking awesome. And I can't say it for anybody else in my world. And I love you. We're 40, so we did pass the mark, but something happens.
Anybody else? Renee took out of the champ. When she said it earlier today, I caught that message that she wouldn't be a part of the roast, but didn't necessarily want to get on stage.
I actually have a schedule if you want to know.
And so the best part was like, I was in the car down here, and Renee was like, I just want to say a little something. And I was like, that person's going to break the ball on this one. So thanks, Renee. I appreciate that. Anyone else? Anyone? Hey, look, so I started preparing this roast like, I don't know, last weekend, something like that. And, I was looking at all the roast people. We've all seen the Comedy Central roasts, the Friars Club, and that kind of thing. And I was trying to come up with jokes for each and every person that was going to do the roasting for Zach tonight. And other than Greg, like, y'all are just great fucking people. And I think really fun to be there. So, with that thinking, it's kind of a testament to my best buddy Zach. It's like my brother, man. We've done some dumb shit, we've done some epic shit, and everything in between. Did we die? Is the actual question. So, like, Zach and I have like this tune that, I guess like since we both got married within the last 5 years, like we used to have this song on a Saturday morning as we make bad decisions. And then I think it was Last Animals came out with the song. And it was just like we were excited about it, but then it just wasn't good enough for us. So anyway, what I'm getting at is it's a true testament. I don't think it's working anymore. Cool. Can you hear me? Everybody good?
Yeah.
I thought loud enough. So, it's a true testament to Zach's character that I've gotten to meet a lot of you guys, like in just different settings. Zach moved out here maybe, 15 years ago? 15. Yeah. And I've got to meet like a lot of you different people in different settings, and everybody's just cool as shit. Like I met Alan at the beginning, and then Rob, and then Sean, and it was one of those things that just, man, you got cool ass friends. Good for you. So again, it's just I want to make what I'm building to is I want to make a toast to Zach and the character that he has with bringing so many fucking cool people together in one place. It's awesome. Lee, kind of an inspiration here. This is my Christmas present from Lee. It was in a picture frame, and we bludgeoned it to death. So anyway, I love you guys. Let's have a fun night. Zach, I will tell you, I think you're a little nervous. I did pull a lot of punches. There was a lot of that can't be there. So anyway, I love you, Zach. I love all you here. Thank you so much. Cheers to Zach. You want to pass on everybody?
Glad I brought this music stand to hold our drinks. Jill clearly doesn't know me, so you couldn't think of anything bad to say about anybody. We just need to get to know each other better. And yeah, so I'm Leora Passmore, Nosco Passmore. And that's my husband, Alan Passmore. And Zach is a friend of ours from a long time ago. Like one of those people from so long ago that you actually move to a different city to try to get away from. And then they moved to the same city and your house. And then a year later, and they're there. But no, Zach, we're really glad that you're in Louisville, and we're miles away in Albany. So Zach refers to us as the Deckers because over the years we have built a few 7, 8, 9 decks and walkways on our property, and he likes to compliment it and mention it and make fun of it whenever he comes over. And he also likes to tell me that my decorating style is that nothing matches, but everything goes together-ish. So he's really good at compliments, is what I'm saying. He's really good at compliments. And I mean, I guess I could see where a man with such formidable kitchen skills could comment on all of our home improvements, because your kitchen renovation turned out great, man. 6 years later. But hey, what Zach doesn't know is that while he calls us the Deckers, Alan actually refers to him as the chucker, because he chucks so many crazy drunk throws into the deep woods every time he plays disc golf. But no, really, Zach? Come on now. I've definitely seen what an athletic contender you are. Listen up now, like the time that we raced our bikes up the 500-foot climb to the top of Camp Road, you completely destroyed me with laughing. And then when I got to the top before you and turned around with enough time to see you fall off your bike and drop into the woods. But no, seriously, you're a true outdoor sportsman for sure, Zach. I mean, who else can drive a boat and sing like Zach? I'm just kidding, Zach. I know that boat sinking was not your fault, man. I mean, for instance, that time when he pounded Fireball on our Stage 4 whitewater rafting experience, that was a clear indication of your rigorous boating safety standards. And actually, speaking of safety standards, and Zach, and large motorized vehicles, if boats were actually SUVs and they drove on land, and I'm speaking completely hypothetically here, but if we got trashed and like annihilated a mailbox, Zach would definitely not have been the one driving and would be the first to notify the authorities, like when they showed up at his house. But that's just hypothetical. That's just hypothetical. And all in all, I really do think of Zach as an athletic, safe, responsible, skilled handyman type of guy, and there's no friend who I'm more thrilled to be roasting and celebrating with tonight than the former most wasted member of our wedding party, and friend whose acquaintance was completely forgotten more than 4 times by dueling pianist Colin Lippy, our buddy of 22 years, Zach Gardner.
So Zach and I's relationship started in like way too young, and I just remember going to like Mester Amphitheater. I think it was like the first time we hung out, and Ben bought us 40s. Yeah. And we kind of just jammed because like we were good at getting drunk together and watching great music, and it really well. Zach is 40, and we were still doing the same shit today. So that's good. That's not bad at all. James Stapleton, are you ready? Leora's a hard one. Yeah.
the other very polite chiropractor in the room.
Oh man, manuscript.
That was a hell of an intro, by the way. I want to say that. And
That's great.
I really did actually think Zach turned 40 a few years ago. But then I realized, like, what the fuck was it that made me think that? I was like, oh, it was this fucking waistline. Right? And this has a backstory to it, because we're very familiar with this waistline. So we're going to go to the bachelor party, and James has this idea to go to St. Louis Mardi Gras. And so I get this idea, okay, we're going to dress him up like the closest person he looks like, which is pretty much Zach Galifianakis. So I get this idea, I get to work putting the order together, Carlos the baby, we've got all this stuff coming in. And I need to get a hold of someone to get me Zach's clothing size, right? So we got all this coming in, I need these white jeans because that's exactly what has on in the Zach Galifianakis movie. And I asked Kelly, what's Zach's pant size? And she comes back to me with a solid 34. So I'm ready to order this stuff. I have 48 hours to get these white jeans, 2019, you know, I don't know what size, to my office before we go. And I said, right? I just lost like 25 pounds on keto at that time, since, and I could barely fit in a 34. So, as we're here tonight, anyone in here wear a 34? So, take a look at Brian, take a look at Zach.
I've went
So
in
I'm
my
like, there's
34
no way he wears a 34, and I have one of these fucking pants now. I'm like, Kelly, are you sure? She's like, he told me. really sure, right? It's early in the lesson. So, there are 34s in the closet. I'm like, how far fucking back can we go? Don't have any time. I order 36s for some wiggle room. Right? Thursday afternoon, pants come. I'm in my office, take off my work clothes, try to haul. I can't even get them up over my ass. I was thin at the time. I'm like, we're fucked. Right? So, 2019, skinny jeans, way bigger than size 36. White, we need to find them now in Louisville. J-Town, Walmart, size 40, white jeans, right? So, basically, over and over in life, you know, we all rediscover all these lessons that we learned back in grade school. You know, do unto others, you know, use it or lose it, all this stuff. And that week I learned another one, when of course Kelly, with absolute certainty, truly believed Zach was a 34. That lesson, my friends, was love is blind. Love is blind. So, I got to know Zach, you know, in the early years, I started to notice he had an affinity for getting a good deal. Generally on some kind of old or high mileage clunker. This trend in both vehicles and women. He would be willing to take on a lemon. Whether it be a truck with a suspected electrical wiring problem, or a girl with, well, a suspected electrical wiring problem. So that brings me back to Zach's boat that he brought there 7 or 8 years ago that luckily was brought up, and I guarantee we will hear from again at some point tonight. So the very first time I visited Tartan's Landing Marina was when Zach invited Angie and I, my wife over here, to take a ride on the boat that he just bought and he kept up there. So Angie and I take this long drive out there with the promise of a peaceful day on the water. So upon reaching the vessel, 2 things. The boat sat rather low in the water. And 2, this boat definitely had had the oil-burning smell of a two-stroke, even though it clearly was a four-stroke. So a couple of old-timers were sitting in chairs right by the dock, and they stated, hey, you know, we would have...
Help is on the
Such a
way.
good story.
So anywho, a couple old timers sat in their chairs on the dock, and they said they would have called Zach about the boat's low posture in the water, but they didn't have his number. So Zach determined the boat got unplugged from shore power, and the bilge had taken on quite a bit of water. So at this time, true to getting a good deal form, Zach just happened to mention that nobody actually knew who owned the boat slip where his boat was parked. Right? Nobody. Even the guys that were sitting there, these old timers in the chairs, like no one knows who owns this mortgage deeded property. So Zach got to work, started pumping water out the bilge, took about 50 gallons out, and we were ready to go. And when he turned that fucking motor over, that thing fired up. I remember thinking like, holy shit, this thing sounds like a fucking two-stroke too. Natural host he is, he poured us a couple of heavenly libations from his cooler, and we were underway. And as we pulled out of there, you know, what was pretty much just a minute ago a fucking sleepy marina, and now this thing is just... I turned to Angie and just yelled like, this is gonna be a great afternoon. So we fucking misfire our way out through the marina. Right? And we start to get out on the river, and Zach just like, all right, I'm gonna open this thing up. And I mean, it took about 20 seconds for all the cylinders to get their orders right, but they fucking started going, and we had a minute of just bliss. And then we just drifted to a stop. So, according to the Drunken Boater's Guidebook, when you're without power underway, it suggests music to entertain your guests. So Zach was all over it because he just told us that he put a new stereo in this boat the week or two before. So he straddles on over to that, presses the button, nothing happens. Right? Talks around with it for a second, presses the button, nothing happens. So there we were, nothing to do. For the next hour, Angie and I did enjoy that peaceful day on the water. He crawled around under the belly of the boat looking for the wires that either come loose or weren't connected to begin with. But we got to enjoy that time on the water. And the next week, that boat sank in the marina. The sounds and smells of that day will forever hold a place right here. So, with all that said, things have super duper changed, right? Because Zach now seeks and attains the highest of quality, right? Low mileage vehicles and possessions, Kelly included. Right? She's the shining star. Thank you, Kelly, for turning our Zach around. To close, I'm just going to take it back to the very beginning, like the first time I believe is the first time I had ever met Zach in any meaningful way. It was probably 2019, and Angie and I and our daughter Bailey, who was probably 9 at the time, had moved to Louisville. And we ended up meeting a group of people out on the Elkhorn in Frankfurt, and probably most of those people are here today, actually, I know. And so we were basically plus one, and we weren't really sure who was going to be willing to want to take, because we didn't know any of these people, a 9-year-old canoe partner down on a 4-hour trip to talk his ear off. And then I just see him coming, and I don't know if I've met you before, but I remember seeing you coming across that field over there in Elkhorn. And, you know, you were kind of sauntering across that field like an adult toddler, but like with some real swagger, you know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like he was just swinging to like a 12-8 beat, and he didn't have a care in the world, and I just thought, could this be our trusted chaperone? I thought, he kind of seems like me in that sense, you know, and therefore he could maybe be trusted. He had this big goofy smile, okay? He had an efficient blend of handsome chubbiness, right, which we shared. He didn't really appear to give two fucks about much of anything. He had on what would over time become his signature outfit, which of course, as we know, consists of some pair of utterly too tight, bright shorts. And the most important part, the tank top. So, at that moment, I asked, did we just become best friends? But friends is not enough for what we've got, because we do really have something special, something deeper, man. We're like part of an inner circle, the last of a dying breed, and that's fucking Tank Bros, man. So, I want to go ahead, and I had a very, very, very limited run. 2 official badges that designate Tank Bros 1 of 2 and Tank Bros 2 of 2. And I'm giving the 1 to you, brother. Better, James. Well done, sir. Zach, what's your sticker? I can't see it. Ooh, it's a 3-parter.
Get a friend like you.
Yeah. So anyway, as like I'm just kind of continuing on with the history of Zach Gardner, and it started with 40s at like 12 years old. And that's good. And then it turned into like smoking weed out of Coke cans and rolling blunts with dollar bills. I was not scared of a pandemic. I had already had my vaccination because that's can't be good. But Liz, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello to the house, folks.
Joe, thanks for agreeing to MC Zach's roast tonight. That probably was not a hard thing to volunteer for, considering it's Zach and roasting Zach. Everybody was probably like, "Woo, I'm in. Let's do it. Let's do it." I felt that way. So I'm Liz Stapleton. I have known Zach for, I found out tonight, 15 years. I have 13 scratched it out. 15. Sorry, Zach. So we worked together at Humana when Zach first moved here from Evansville, and it was his first job here in Louisville. So he was super spry, excited. He was like, drinking the Humana Kool-Aid, ready to go. And I kind of took him under my wing because he was just so excited. He didn't know anybody, and brought him into our group of friends. And, we had some things in common. We both like to work out, so we would go to the gym at lunch at Humana, and, he was always open to happy hour. So we became fast friends. I think some people thought that there was more between us, but if anybody knew me really well, they knew that I was generally looking for a dental student to date. And that somebody that was into Excel spreadsheets was not sexy enough for me. Anyway, okay, so Zach used to watch my dog a lot. Here's to Moo. We have Marshall, my dog Marshall. Here's to Moo. So I had 2 doggy daddies. I call them doggy daddies. God bless. Oh, where's Jason? Jason Madison. This is where he can make fun of me for all the slang I did with men. So I had 2 doggy daddies, and one was Zach and one was Matt, and they would always watch my dog when I went out of town. So thank you so much. You guys were just fantastic, and always watching my dog. And I just find it so ironic now, so many years later, neither of them have decided to have children. So I'm just wondering what all those years of watching my pit bull did to them. So Zach and I used to work out at the gym at Humana all the time. We would go there at lunch and do these crazy classes. Remember that, Zach? And we do burpees for days. Remember what a burpee is? It was bad. And we would sweat at our desk for 2 hours afterwards, trying to, just cool off. Maybe we should start to go back there sometime. Might be a good idea. So we hated Zach's boss. She was a fucking cunt. I have never met a more and she wasn't my boss, thank God. But she would play these like crazy mind games on her team, and her name was Tara. We called her T-Bone. So we used to create these comics where our dog Marshall, because he was my doggy daddy, would bite T-Bone's leg, and we created this whole world because we just hated her. And anyway, she would make them go to you went to a strip club with her. Do you remember that? And I had to sit him down and be like, Zach,
Wasn't my idea.
that is not normal. You shouldn't go to a strip club with your boss. We work in a corporate environment. But cheers to Zach. He actually moved on pretty quickly and on to new ventures at Humana. So cheers to him for doing, making some good decisions there.
Did he strip? Did he strip?
Not that I'm aware. I was not there. I was the good girl that he'd come back to and be like, yeah, and then we went to a strip club. You never know.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of Tara's. No secret that Zach was not the best picker of women. But at least he didn't put a ring on all his crazies. So here's to that. Zach, you escaped being a step grandpa at 40 years. You upgraded from a home in a rental in J-Town to a mortgage in the Upper Highlands. You might get through your life without the cops being called for a domestic dispute. Congratulations. And your wife's income is going to double your tax bracket. I'm just a CPA over here. I don't know. All right, well, I'm so sorry that you all have to listen to me roast Zach tonight. We have two good friends that probably should be up here roasting. One is our friend Dennis Truman, and the other is Sydney Snyder. Unfortunately, they were not able to join us because they are following the Louisville Spring Break family caravan to Florida. I'm sure their roast would have been as creative as their vacation choices. I knew I'd get laughs out of that. But if Dennis were here, at least he could split half the fat jokes with you. Well, I'm done for the night. I just want to say, Zach, thank you so much. It was the easiest yes to say. I wanted to host all of you to just celebrate Zach's 40th birthday. I'm just glad to see this day and be here with him and watch him evolve as a person. And I'm just glad I'm still in his life. We're lucky that we're able to still all be in each other's lives after so much time. And one more thing, Zach, please do not do donuts on our front lawn after you leave here tonight. Thank you.
We're not even halfway through, Gardner. So I'm kind of just going down memory lane with Zach, and we did the best. We were drinking 40s, we smoked pot in high school, and then we graduate high school, and everybody just made jokes about a sinking boat. Zach bought a boat. And the first time I was out on the river with him, we were on Ohio River, right downtown Evansville. Zach's
balls out going down the river. And he says, "Later, bitch." I'm on the boat by myself now. I've never driven a boat in my life. So anyway, there was that, and it kind of it was like something like every weekend turned into something another, and now I'm gonna get dark. So the only time I've ever gotten in an absolute full-on fist fight was over this goddamn boat in Evansville, fucking Indiana. Thank God Ben was driving. You and I were throwing haymakers over the top of the roll cage, and it hurt. It hurt both of us. It was funny, and we were like, "Why the fuck did we do that?" I don't know. What were you friends again? Anyway, Liv was awesome. Right now, I'm gonna have Rob come up. Rob, sorry. And Melissa. Rob and Melissa, we got a duet.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Robert!
I would like to say happy birthday to Zachariah. So, we're not going to roast too hard. We can't compare to previous roasters, but we're going to do what we can. We're going to not to roast too hard, but to be fair, those who know, we came up here to give more of a proclamation. Sorry.
Everyone knows Zach is the captain of his ship, even when that's a sinking one, and even when that one's trying to kill. Zach is the king of his castle, the master of his domain. Who else but royalty could show up and help a friend rope a cow in a bathing suit and flip-flops? And who else but royalty could fry a turkey from a height with such precision? Fling a giant fish off a boat, or continually top go-kart records in the ring.
So such a person with these and many more qualities deserves to be addressed in the proper manner. Whether you address them as asshole or douchebag, you must do this with respect. However, Mr. Asshole or Sir Douchebag just won't do it.
That's why today we are here to bestow your official title. You are now the owner of a 5-foot plot of land in Scotland. This land comes with a title that you may legally use, and your friends, or at least Kelly, is now obligated to call it.
So on behalf of Melissa, myself, and Her Majesty the Queen, we present to you your legal deed and proof of land ownership in Scotland. This document that certifies that you are now to be addressed as Lord Zachary Blake Gardner, or Lord Douchebag, depending on your diva status that day. So that being said, I'd like to raise a glass and say happy birthday to Lord Zachary Blake Gardner.
So here's what I was gonna get real nasty in this part, Zach. But I had kids when I was like, my first son when I was 20. And I pulled a lot of punches in this whole MC thing. It might have been more entertaining if I let it all go, but I just couldn't do that. But at 20 years old, I had my first son. Zach was like my first brother at the hospital to welcome my son into this world. And come in weekly and hang out. And you still, I think you still live in Evansville, maybe at that point. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It was something that I don't think I've ever pointed out to Zach. As grateful as I could possibly be from my entire heart that I had a friend at 20 years old. I was a daddy and I couldn't go out and hang out with all the friends. And Zach and a couple more of you in this room know who you are. Amanda, that came out and hang out, and I just, that's, again, it's a testament of how good of a fucking friend Zach Gardner's been to me. He's my brother. I would, if he called and said I need to bury a body, I'd be like, I'll be there in 90, no, I'd be there in like 75 seconds. What body? Anyway, I just want you guys to know that like Zach has always been in my corner. I think he's been in a lot of your corners, and it's just it's a beautiful thing for this dude. I wanted to talk so much shit and like really dig him down, but like at the end of the day, this is my homie, it's my brother, and I much appreciate you, Zach, and the other people in this room. You know who you are. That like at a young age came and hung out and were just beautiful people to me and my kids, and it's awesome. I appreciate that, man. I don't think I've ever pointed that out to you, but it meant fucking a lot to me. I'm so glad you held him 5 feet in fucking Ireland. Let's go that motherfucker like soon. Let's go see it. Let's go see it. Like, we can put like a porta potty on it, and it's got like bunk beds and shit in it. It'll be fun. But anyway, Zach, I think it's something that you and I had never talked about, and it meant the fucking world to me 19 years ago, and that's awesome. Thank you, dude. Hey, Lee. Hey, y'all, just so you know, we didn't do this shirt alone. I got this shirt on a, what is it, White Elephant? Yeah, White Elephant Christmas exchange. I think you got a picture of me taking a shit and wiping my ass, which is funny. So, like, Zach and I got Zach's mugshot in the frame, and Zach got me wiping my butt. Is it in your bathroom still? Yeah. That's awesome. I hope it stays there. At least, like, hey, Lee Bates, you ready?
Okay, mine will not be lovey-dovey. Roasts are for the people you love, so I'm keeping this short. He's 40. Wow, that's amazing. It's so nice we can all get together before Alzheimer's really takes a hold. I wore this jersey in honor of the Colts' glory days, which, like Zach, are all behind them. It was also the Super Bowl that the Colts beat the Bears, which I'm sure Greg loves to hear about. The Bears suck, Greg, just like you. Zach is from Indiana, which means he automatically has a learning disability. Not only is Zach from Indiana, he's also just really weird. Speaking of weird, is it weird to anyone else that Zach has the body of a dad bod, but the face of a stepdad? Zach is 40 years old, but his herpes is only 7. His affairs have cleared up, but we'll discuss all the things he lied about me later. About later. Zach is so old, I bet his semen tastes like Bengay. You notice, Greg really perked up at the mention of Bengay, because even though Zach is older, Greg's body is that of a Vietnam veteran. Joe really perked up at the word gay. If you didn't know, Zach is a data consultant, which I didn't know because I never asked and I don't care. I had to ask Zach's wife, Kelly, what he did, and she said, data consultant? Which means she also doesn't know. Some of Zach's interests include watching movies, doing drugs, and working on his boat. Zach loves boats. His favorite movie is Speed 2, Cruise Control, which came out in 1997 when Zach was 26 years old. Speaking of 26 years old, that's how old when I met Zach. I've only known him for 7 years, which doesn't mean much since most of y'all have known him longer than I've been alive.
to lie about himself being good at softball. He's not.
The one thing he's never lied about was how Kelly is the best thing that's ever happened to him and how much he loves his friends. Thanks for adopting me into your team all those years ago. You were like a kind grandpa that bestowed his while also trying to pick up some of my friends like the true pervert you really are.
Now something completely different. Don, take it away, my man.
Hang on your fantastic.
I'm really kind of glad she called you out on the softball shit.
Check, check, 1, 2. Hey. All right. Can you hear me? All right. Let's see here. Hey, Zach. Hey, you guys, make some noise one more time for me. Thanks. Thank you, and fuck you. Let's start with a toast, you guys. If you got a drink, everybody raise them up and... All right, here's the birthdays. Birthdays only come once a year. Aren't you glad you're not a birthday? Cheers. Yeah, I couldn't memorize this shit. It's not worth it. Plus, I've had a lot going on, you know. I've been downloading some games, you know, and movies, so, you know. But Homer, you were always my favorite Simpson. Oh shit, that was for a different, that was the roast of young Homer, sorry. It's uncanny, though, it's uncanny. And who cares if you're carrying a spare tire? You know, if your car breaks down on the side of the road, or if you want to go tubing, then you're immediately the most prepared, okay? Zach was the first person to bring us a housewarming gift, you guys, 3.5 years ago. And then COVID happened, and kids happened, all kinds of shit happened. We literally have not seen him until this moment. Yeah, and here we fucking are.
Here we are, motherfucker!
And I'm sorry COVID fucked your face up so bad, man. I that sucks. Now don't go Will Smith at anybody tonight, alright? I'm gonna preface this joke with, which you don't do, but as a tribute, this is a long list of Will Smith movies. So anyway, you think you're King Dick, a legend? Well, Jim and I robotically decided that you're a bad boy and it's ruining your pursuit of happiness. So we need you to focus and stop John Hancock and purchases like it's your Independence Day and your Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You look confused. Did you get a concussion? Okay, that's enough of that. Now join me in a drinking song, you guys. I need a little piano volume here. Yeah, no problem, man. I got time. We all got time. Oh, it's on the organ sound. How perfectly not perfect. Let's see here. How do I get a piano sound? Leora, you got one of these, don't you? All right, she's got me. It's all right. We have not rehearsed anything, man. Oh shit, she doesn't have your glasses on. I'll do it with a fucking organ. I don't care. It's fine. Whatever you want. Clocks, I'll do clock times. Strings, whatever, I don't care. Velvet Bop, yes, perfect. I don't know, Velvet Grand, does this sound good to you? Okay, alright, whatever. Yeah, that's a little weird, but it's okay, that'll do. If you can keep looking for great piano sounds, it'd be awesome. Ooh. Here, I should be doing me out to the ball game. Oh wait, we got it. Oh, we got it. All right, cool. So let's try this. This is an old song, but you know, Zach is old, so that's perfect, and you know, and he loves drinking, so this is a drinking song. But ladies, you gotta warm it up, okay? So I don't know if you remember this song, but doe, a deer, a female deer. What's next? Ray.
A drop of golden sun. Me, a name I call myself. Far, a long way to run. So I need a pulling thread.
Follow sun. Tea, I drink with fucking bread. Oh, that's not it. That brings us back to don't. That was for you, buddy. But now, we're gonna do the beer drinking version of this song, alright? So, that's right. Make some noise if you're drinking beer. Make some noise if you're not drinking beer. Make some noise if you don't give a shit. Alright? So all you gotta do is scream out the word beer at the end of each line, okay? Doe, the stuff to buy the beer. Ray, the guy that sells me beer. Me, the guy who needs a beer. Fra, the distance to the beer. So I think I'll have a beer. La, the lots of lager. Beer. Tea, no thanks, I'll have a beer. That will bring us back to Tea-do. Alright, a little drinking song for you, man, but I'm not doing that, okay? It's just fun to throw that in there. You know, before Kelly, Zach's life revolved around eating and drinking, and so did all of his home projects. How do I build a fridge into my bathroom? How do I build a fridge into my closet? How do I build a fridge into a doghouse, garage, attic, crawl space, fireplace? Hey Zach, where's the beer? Oh, it's in the guest closet fridge. The only man that has remodeled his entire house around a fridge. It took about 4 fucking years making that fridge the focal point of his home. It's a great fridge. Man, Zach is starting a new company. Make some noise for him. Yeah! Right, man. You can go to buildyourhousearoundarefrigerator.com to learn more. And even bigger news, watch for his show on TLC called List It or Eat It. A little more about Zach's house. Zach needed help moving a pool table and asked some close friends, quote unquote close friends. Now, I've never moved a pool table, but it's similar to moving an in-ground pool. If any of you have ever done that. So, we had to nearly disassemble this woman's entire house just to get that thing up and out. And, the real humor here is that I have been offered so many free pool tables since then. And if I'd never moved a pool table, I'd been like, oh, hell yeah. But I was like, oh, hell the fuck no, instead. So, but, and I find solace in thinking about the people who will try to move that pool table and just chuckle to myself in victory. Such a win. Such a win.
I was there.
When we got it into Amanda's truck, it nearly busted all her shocks, struts, and tires. Where is she? Yeah, there she's over there, yeah. But by chance of a miracle, we made it to Zach's Alive with our theme song, Lowrider, playing in my head the whole time as the wheel wells were passionately trying to kiss the ground. And speaking of wheels, Kelly, thank you so much for making it so that we can go out with Zach now, and he is no longer the third wheel, so that's perfect. That is the real win, you know? Zach, it was never weird. It was never weird, buddy, I promise you. And I do want to say that Zach works hard from 10 to 2. And he only eats a short lunch from 11:30 to 1. And he only takes PTO for like serious personal life outages, like that time took a week off to clean his boat so he could wreck it. You know, let me think, man. Remember the time we jammed? Yeah. That was funny. But seriously, you play guitar just like Chaka. Not Chaka Khan, but that cute little funny primate that everybody loves from Land of the Lost, you know? So, you know, and I finally mastered playing and singing at the same time. But I believe that we should always be a student, you know, always continue to learn. And so now, Zach, I need you to teach me how to grunt and fart and eat wings and play at the same time. This dude is the fantasy football king. And I mean that as an acronym, okay? So K, kickers should not score the majority of your points and are not first rounders. I, in a parallel life, you might see a victory. In, never gonna win, even second to last place. G, going to lose all your best players to injury or COVID. Zach has managed to stay off Facebook for 2,000 years. What the fuck, man? Congratulations, Jesus. Or, congratulations, Jesus. Oh yeah, Lord Zach. Okay. He doesn't use the email or the interwebs, but he's a good boy. You know, as we all know, some things just don't last in life, like hard-ons and perky tits. Just like my air compressor that you borrowed and sent back with the severed electrical cord taped together. Yeah, that didn't last. But it's okay, I still have it, and I always enjoy the memory. I really do. I spliced the new cord, rewired it, and it works great. But yeah, honestly, I do enjoy the memory every time I see that fucking thing. It was a Harbor Freight tool. It would have broke anyway. It doesn't matter, you know? So, and you remember that one relationship? Yeah, I'm glad that didn't last. You know, but something that will last is the love for that girl sitting by you. You know, where'd she go?
Buddy.
Oh, yeah. And I know the kind of man you are. I know the kind of the parents you have, and you all will be fine just through it all, man. Through it all. And I love this man. I love this woman, and I like them. I like things. Wait, it's getting weird. Sorry. But seriously though, they are the best. They're the best kind of people you can find. They're the best kind of people you can search high and low for and never find, for that matter. You know. They have such good hearts. They love to explore and express and are driven in what they do every day, and they do it fucking well. Yeah. Everything they do. And Kelly is the best thing that ever happened to you, and that's no fucking joke, man. I love you both. And I'm back for one more song. All right, you guys. So everybody, clap your hands for me. All right. If you don't have a drink, clap. Yeah. He was afraid to come out of the water. He was afraid everybody would stare. Zach didn't have much to start with, and cold water kinda makes it disappear. He's got an itsy bitsy teeny weeny little tucker for a weenie. That is when it is fully erect. An itsy bitsy teeny weeny like a piece of prickling weenie that you can't even see when it's wet. Oh man, should we go on with the story? Well, okay then. He had a date with this hot-looking mama. They started kissing and fooling around. But when she reached for Zach's kielbasa, Vienna sausage was all that she found. Everybody raise your right hand. Or a hand, I don't care. stick out your pinky. Make a fist, stick out your pinky, all right? Wave it back and forth and sing it to you. Sing it to Zach like you love him and it's his birthday, all right? It's a small world after all. 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 He's got an itsy bitsy teeny weeny little bucket girl lady that she saw for the first time today. And there was no way that he could please her. Couldn't find her with a tweezer in the water where he's going to stay. Everybody make some noise for Zach. Lord fucking Zach. Lord fucking Zach. We just need to switch the channels, man.
That time for the take intermission.
James. Hey, I'll go from here. Hey, James, this works. Yeah, this one works, yeah? Hear me? Damn, North
Killed it. Like, everyone.
You need to hear me. Hey, give me a round of applause to Don. Holy shit. Like, to tell jokes and that's good. And talk about Zach and Winnie P. That's great. So, bro, it's an easy estimate. Anyway, I'm gonna bring Bryn up here. I'm just gonna set up my next part. So the best story I have with Zach Gardner involved Grand Theft Auto, Lurch, a handful of misdemeanors, and circus elephants. True story. I'll get there. Hey, Bryn, welcome to the stage.
Hard to follow. But I think something very important to call out, and you just said it, so how do you know that he has a teeny weeny yellow polka dot, all that good stuff, right? So we were talking about measurements earlier with 34 pants. So when he says he's 12, Kelly, like 12, just make sure we're bringing it in, right? So my name's Bryn. I've known Zach for about 8 years. We also met at a He-Man. I feel like there were a lot of similarities between myself and Liz when she was talking. And very much like Liz, Zach and I formed a bond over a lot of different things, especially happy hours. And my story today is, while not as prepared as some folks, like with the whole script, which I feel very underwhelming right now, is about a happy hour just like that. And I know a lot of names have been kind of thrown around, Lord, douchebag, all these other things. But I have a much more simple term of endearment that I use for Zach as a result of the story that I'm going to tell you guys today, and that's Karen. It was a beautiful spring Friday afternoon, and much like a lot of afternoons after work, we decided to go out for a happy hour. And Zach and I are, we're such good friends. We always make time for each other. So whether it's a happy hour or a happy 15 minutes, like we find time to go get drinks after work when I worked at Humana. And so on this special occasion, we had a couple of folks that joined us, and we went to Saints in St. Matthews for happy hour. And we all sat down, and they had like a $2 cocktail happy hour menu. And so, you know where I'm going with this. So each of us order a $2 cocktail. Josh orders a $2 something, Alex orders a $2 something, I order a $2 something, all off the menu. It gets around to Zach, and he orders a double Tito's and soda. Because it's keto or something. I don't know. I can't keep up with what diet is. His name is Gardner, but the only thing is gardening is Cheetos. Like, there's no right? And so we're there, and like a happy hour turns into 2, and a drink turns into 4 or 5 or however many more. I mean, I'm walking home at that point because it's St. Matthews. And it's a happy hour. It's a happy afternoon. We're on a patio. It's sunny. And we decide, okay, let's go to Gerstle's. Let's make this a whole night thing. It's Friday. So the bill comes, and we're all smiling. Mine's $20, $25. Josh's is something like that as well. Alex is, $40. And then I just see a cloud of rage come over Zach's face in a way that I can only describe as the darkest cloud you have ever seen, foreshadowing a storm. And so we kind of look at Zach waiting, and his bill was over $100 for happy hour.
He was so scared.
And that was exactly his response. It wasn't Zach's fault for ordering double Tito's and sodas and drinking them like it was water. It was the waitress's fault because she doesn't know how to add. And so Karen, I'm sorry, Lord Karen. Called the manager. He's causing a scene. He's saying all these things. I'm being cheated. The white man is being held down. Persecuted. He's screaming, yelling. I mean, it's apparent to everyone that he had exactly as many double Tito's as the waitress thought. I was the only one who thought he was too sober to have gotten that many drinks. And so finally, it's like 30 minutes, and Josh, Alex, and I are just kind of like sitting there backwards, like we're all like, here's my $30 with tip. Tip, not 12 inches. So finally, Zach concedes, and he says, all right, I'll pay this over $100 tab, but I'm not tipping. So he just, angrily just scribbles on there and a goose egg for the tip. And so Alex, Josh, and I get his not so happy hour, very drunk, but in an Uber. I gave up cussing for Lent, sorry. In an Uber, and then we proceeded to supplement the waitress's money and apologize as we're walking out for our friend. And so that is the day that Lord Karen was invented. Thank you.
That wasn't a chance. Believe every bit of that.
that was good. Wow. Everyone's killing it. Oh my gosh.
Is that working? Yes, it is. So I started the story with Lurch, Grand Theft Auto, and then a handful of misdemeanors, I think. Right before Bren just crushed it, so well done, Bren. Bren didn't even cuss. Like, holy shit. Yeah, that's awesome. So anyway, this shirt, I was putting two and two together today. And come to find out, this shirt was involved with this story. So it was 2008, New Year's Day. Zach and I go to Colts. I couldn't even tell you who the fuck we saw. And we show up. The game has started, and we park. You knew this fucking shit was coming up. So we park like 2 blocks from the stadium in front of a dumpster. Zach gets out and pisses on the dumpster. Okay, hold on, let me back up. I drive to Louisville. I'm from Evansville, Indiana. Give me Indiana, what? Anyway, not important. So I come to Louisville. I get in a car with Zach. We drive to Indy, and we park in front of a dumpster at some restaurant. And Zach gets out. He's like, I gotta pee. And pisses on the dumpster. This will be important later. So we go to the game. We're like midway through the first quarter, and have fun. We had fun. Yeah, we were both like drinking out our hangovers from New Year's Eve, and so we leave, and I think Colts won. It was like a close game. It was fun. It was the end of the season or whatever.
Against like the Texans.
Yeah, it was a divisional game, and we get back, and there's the dumpster, no Jeep. Zach's like, well, we're a fucking block away. And I'm like, nah, dude, your piss is frozen in that dumpster right there. So we're like, fuck, you got towed, dude. So let's figure it out. And we go, we find out where the impound lot is. And it's not far. It's not far. It's like somewhere between Lucas Oil Stadium and I felt like that was pulling me back. I don't know. Anyway, so we go to the impound lot, and they wanted like $400 or something like that to get your car out. It was stupid. So we're leaving, and we walk to where the Pacers play at their basketball stadium, and they're closed, but we see Lurch. This dude, I swear to God, if you've seen Adam's Family, this fucking Lurch was a security guard. He lets us in, he's like, you got 30 seconds to get your money out of the ATM, and Zach has probably run his card a couple times on the ATM machine. And so Zach gets the money, we're walking back, kind of licking our wounds, and the gate, lo and behold, at the impound lot opens up. And it's a big ass gate, it's probably the size of this building from one side to the other. And Gardner says, I'm gonna get my fucking car. So I'm standing there and I'm like, alright, fuck it. And he gets the car and it was that maroon Sahara Jeep that had a tan top. It's a nice looking Jeep.
Oh, yeah.
And he swings the fucking door open. Get in, motherfucker! And I'm like, okay.
Get in, loser, we're going to space.
Yeah, get in, loser, we're going to space. And he pulls out on Meridian Street in downtown Indianapolis. I don't know if you've been there, it's not very far from the stadium. 3 rows of traffic, Sunday night football game. We make it fucking 40 yards. Maybe. And we're in 3 rows of traffic, and I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna stand still. And I look in the rear view mirror on my side, and Zach does too, I think. We kind of like, it was like a simultaneous thing. And here comes Lurch running down the fucking. This guy was at the wrong stadium. He was in a completely different stadium, but this motherfucker wanted to get us. So here comes Lurch, his 6'7" ass running down the street. Zach takes the keys out of the ignition and drops them on the street and just like, you got me. I'm still in the Jeep and I'm like, fuck this guy.
I'm gonna run home. I'm 120 miles from home, but I'm gonna run there. And so Zach's out of the Jeep, and I like kind of open the door, and I'm like, hey bro, like, I'll bail you out later.
Great friend.
I was gonna bail you out, man. And so like, next thing I know, Lurch caught Zach, and here comes the impound lot folks, and they're on us. Like 3 of them, they wanted to like back hills of Kentucky fucking do things to us, and it was not good. Thank God Indianapolis PD shows up and reasoned with the whole situation. It was like midnight in Indianapolis on New Year's Day, and we're in handcuffs at this point. Underneath like the tunnel. I don't know how many of y'all have been to Indianapolis, but like there's that tunnel when you leave Lucas Oil to get back onto 65 South, and we're underneath that fucking thing in handcuffs. And Zach is, if y'all haven't known, Zach's kind of combative. Do you guys agree with that? Can I get an amen with that shit? Yeah. So I'm standing there, and
Right now? Drink another.
we're standing there in handcuffs, and Zach is just not gonna let this motherfucker die. Like, he did nothing wrong. We did not steal his car. You didn't catch, like, before Bryn went, I was like, there's Grand Theft Auto involved. And yeah, there was 100%. When your car's impounded and you steal it, like, that's the impound lot. So we were looking at Grand Theft Auto. And that's like, I think that's a felony. Yeah, 100%. So I'm sitting there in handcuffs, and this cop's going through Zach's pockets. He's like, there's a bag of weed. There's fucking your not fucking realistic driver's license. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking kick this dude in the skull. And I tell the cop that. Like, the cop's standing next to me, he's standing next to the cop, I'm standing next to the cop. And I looked at the cop and I was like, dude, I'm gonna fucking kick him in the fucking head. I'm gonna beat this motherfucker's ass. And the cop's like, he just wants to go home. Like, right, it's New Year's Day, he just wants to go fuck home. And Zach's like, fuck you, motherfucker! to the impound lot people who we just stole his car from, and we're looking at Grand Theft Auto fucking charges. So the cop is, I'm standing here and I'm in handcuffs. Zach's fucking yelling at me. Officer, I'm gonna kick this motherfucker in the head. No, man, I wanna go home. No, literally, I'm gonna kick this motherfucker in his head. I wanna drop his ass. I wanna go fucking back to Indiana. I was trying to kick him in the fucking head, and the cop's like, dude, I just wanna go home. So, lo and behold, thank God, officer standing next to me was like, look, I'm gonna give you the fucking keys, take this motherfucker back to Kentucky, and never fucking bring him back again. Yeah. So we get in the car. I'm on the way home. I've driven tractors and big farm trucks and shit, and never driven like a fucking Jeep. It's just like way too easy. Like, I don't even understand how to get out of Indianapolis. Zach's like, we hit 65 South. We got, what is it, 264 in Indianapolis, the loop. We hit 65 South, and that motherfucker goes, dude, I have a big ass bag of weed and a fucking invalid driver's license. Well, what I just realized today is this is the same motherfucking mugshot of that fucking week before him. So, what's awesome is, like, I feel like we could make a very cool fucking coffee book table off of Zach's mugshots. Again, dude, like, it's an adventure. It's always been fun, and we did not fucking die. But did you die? We did not. That's my funny story. Oh, fuck! Hold on. Rewind. The only reason, and I shit you not, why we didn't get out of Indianapolis in time, is because of fucking elephants. Circus elephants. Has anybody ever gotten busted by circus elephants? We got busted by circus elephants. Forgot that part. Anyway, hey Greg, why don't you wobble your ass up here? Greg plays professional basketball in Russia. He was trying to come back to the United States of America, and they were pissed about it, so they broke his fucking knee. Y'all hear me? Joe, you hear me? Thanks everyone. No one's made fun of Joe Engelbrecht yet, the host of the party. Thank you for putting this together, buddy. This is great, man. Everyone loves an opportunity to make fun of Zach. 3 days ago, I tore my ACL playing basketball.
A jackass.
Thank you, Deandra. Appreciate that. It's helpful. One night later, I'm in a deep, dark place, and I get a call from Joe Engelbrecht. Don't know Joe very well at all. A friend through Zach, a great guy. And I was really feeling shitty, and then he reminded me that there's an opportunity to roast Zach, and that's kind of the light at the end of the tunnel for me. So I appreciate that. It's gotten me through some hard few days with this injury. But Joe finished last place in fantasy football this year, and I run a league that Zach always finishes last place. And Joe got in it this year, and he had tied for last place, and I had to Venmo Joe $12.50 because that's how much he sucks at fantasy football. And that's what I was going to make fun of Zach about, but instead I will turn to sports. So, when I first met Zach 10 years ago, it's been a decade, 2012, I was listening to this podcast, and they talked about he was talking about NBA mostly, Bill Simmons, the irrational confidence guy. This is his book, the irrational confidence guy, and he talked a lot about Lance Stevenson. I don't know, some Pacers fans here, early 2010s. It's a guy that thinks he's Michael Jordan, but is really like kind of below average. And so I show up to the softball league, my buddy John Foster and I, he's not here, but we get paired up for individuals. We're not a team. We just get paired up with random people that want to play softball. Zach is one of those people on our team, along with, Lord Zach, sorry. Along with multiple other people, and so we're putting a team together. I'm kind of trying to form this team, and I'm thinking about this irrational confidence guy. And so Zach says, "Oh, I can play second base. Sure, yeah, I got second, no problem." And so, like first game, ball goes deep to the outfield, and our right fielder makes a great throw. Zach actually cuts it off, catches it right where the outfield meets the infield around second base. He goes to throw the guy out at home, and he holds it so long that it hits our female first baseman in the back of the head who's watching home plate. And I'm the pitcher, and I'm just watching this happen. And I see the look on her face when a ball blasts her in the back of the head. And we get to the bar later, and he says, "Well, she was in my way." That was my first lesson from Zach
Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. Deny. There's always someone else you can blame. Second softball story, and then I'm done. There's one more, buddy. I'm still trying to figure out our team at this point. And the bases are loaded, and Zach's at second base. Bases loaded. Deep fly to the outfield. This center fielder makes a hell of a catch as all the runners are running, right? And Zach's coming around third, and I'm the third base coach, and I see that the guy caught it. He's still running, and I'm still running. I'm saying, Zach, you gotta go back. You gotta tag up. You gotta go back. And he's still chugging. I'm going home. He's like, one train stop. I'm going home. And it finally clicks. No, you gotta go back. And he runs directly to second base, past the pitcher's mouth, not to third base like you should. Directly to second base. Right past the pitcher. And the umpire just kind of threw his hands up in the air like, oh. Everyone's out. We got triple play, the only time like ever in the history of softball, triple play. And that's when I knew Zach was our general manager. But besides that stuff, I really do love this guy. I probably, in those 10 years since I've met him, I don't know if I've laughed any harder with anyone else in my life than this dude. So it's a fun time. Thanks, buddy.
Hey Greg, I kind of feel like we handed off the same person. Like when he moved here, he met you. Like we're going to the same guy. So anyway, like I don't know if any of you guys have like recognized what these shirts are. Thanks, Lee. I kind of feel like, dude, you could have had a coffee table book. I only really want the footage from your ring when you got tased in your backyard. Can we see that? Bryn wants to see it. Kelly's seen it, so that doesn't count. Will you pass it on? Because I feel like we can make a coffee book. Your attorney. Can we send one of these t-shirts to your attorney?
I'm a contract employee with Metro government, so anyone you want a mugshot for, $50. $50 cash. Bye. $50. Per mugshot, so multiple arrests, that's like 3 arrests, 3 mugshots, that's $150.
Well, that's a mic drop. That's a mic drop, everybody. All right, I'm gonna finish things up here. All right, how's everyone doing tonight? Everyone have a good time making fun of Zach? It's a good time. It's a good time. It's a good time. Poor Zach, right? Lord Zach. Lord Zach. Jesus Christ. He's gonna feel official when he wears his robe and masturbates now, I guess. Good for Lord Zach. Give it up for Lord Zach here. We got Lord Zach here. All right, everybody. It's my turn, I guess. All right. So I'm gonna hold it up and read it here. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is James. Welcome, and thank you for being here. And thank you, Zach, for letting us celebrate you. Let's give him a round of applause and a round of applause for everyone else who's roasted tonight. For the great evening so far. More good times to come. So, Zach, you've taken quite a beating so far. But you know that it all comes from a place of love. It takes a big man to let people roast them. And as we all can see, you got that covered. I've known Zach for over 10 years. And actually, I met Zach through my now wife, Liz. And as Liz mentioned, they work together at Humana. Upon meeting Zach, I was instantly comforted by his friendliness, his way of ease, and the fact that I knew he could never steal my girlfriend. So when the day came, it was nice to see that Zach eventually married out of his league, as I did. However, it was not always smooth sailing. The first girlfriend of Zach's who I met was actually in his league. He was very excited about her, and he told me that he scored a touchdown. It wasn't until after meeting her that I realized that he actually meant that she had a touch of downs. Good old Zach thought he was calling the old trusted Dalladate, and he didn't realize that he actually called the Jerry Lewis telephone instead. But it was love at first cross-eyed sight. And who am I to judge? He seemed happy. I'm sure he enjoyed skipping to the front of the lines at the carnival, the complimentary second scoops of ice cream, catching frisbees in the face, top tier parking privileges, and finally having larger hands than someone. But eventually he got tired of changing diapers and moved on. His next girlfriend was also a challenge. One day Zach showed up at his house after work and all his shit was thrown across the lawn. His clothes, his golf clubs, and even his pet hamster whose name was Toy Joy. He was very confused by all of this. As soon as he opened the door, she got right in his face and screamed that it was over. She had had enough and that she was leaving him, and this time for good. When he asked her what was going on, she stated that today she found out that he was a pedophile. In which he responded, "Pedophile? That's a pretty big word for a 12-year-old. Then around the bend came Trainwreck Tara. Puffing smoke and squealing brakes. She made many a conductor blush with her sharply forked tongue, serpent ways, and huge cock. Although her ability to pound an entire bottle of vodka while never leaving the hot tub was an impressive feat. It was her inability to walk or talk afterwards that earned her a solid second place in the Gardner Special Olympics. So it wasn't until after I met Kelly that I realized that Zach actually won the gold. Only a nurse could have the patience, caring nature, and tolerance to corral such an easily distracted man-child. Only a nurse would have such compassion and empathy towards Zach's special needs. Someone willing to wipe off his drool, buckle his seatbelt, and switch his shoes when they were on the wrong feet. Someone willing to trim his beard ever so perfectly to conceal his third chin. Someone willing to allow him to gain pregnancy weight and feel the effects of water retention, ankle swelling, and enlarged, darkened nipples. Someone willing to look the other way when she discovered his dog Ollie's strange affinity for chunky peanut butter. Someone willing to purchase color-coordinated bras for each day of the week so that he doesn't get confused on which one to wear. Someone willing to shave his back and lie appropriately when stating that, no, it's not Sasquatchy at all. I just don't like to play hide and seek with you. When he found Kelly, I knew he would and should marry her. And I'm happy he did. She made him a better man. Some say twice the man. A more rounded man. He also became a more responsible man. He became woke and concerned about noble causes such as transgender equality in the canine community. Lobbied for rainbows to become their own primary color. And of course, he became concerned about the environment. He became so concerned about greenhouse gases that he took the initiative to reduce his own carbon footprint and set an example for others. He walked, he biked, and even hang glided when possible. His 92 Lexus SUV would play no future role in destroying our fragile Mother Earth. This continued as long as the Jefferson County Circuit Court judge had a say in the matter, which in Kentucky is 30 to 120 days for a first offense. During his driving hiatus, he rekindled his love of drinking while boating instead. He purchased a vessel, a skipper's hat, and even called me Gilligan for a while. His love for that boat was absolute. He polished its rails, lubed its cylinders, scrubbed its bottom, and made its propeller spin real fast. He bounced on its hard deck to prove its worth and tied it up all night. One week, Zach showed up for their scheduled Sunday fun day all a grin, with his zinked up nose, 12-pack of Corona, and his inflatable flamingo around his spare tire. But much to his chagrin, he found her totally submerged. All the clove hitches and bullet knots were more than it could take. Even Zach's signature moves of toggling the fuel tips and choking its throttle didn't help. It was a goner. Zach suffered emotionally for some time from that loss, but he eventually found the courage to mail another vessel, a newer vessel, a larger vessel. And this time was different. This time the skipper had his Marianne to dock instead, and thankfully Days Off has remained afloat and seaworthy on Cave Run Lake to its day. Zach, it's been an honor to call you my friend for over 10 years, and we've had a lot of great times together, and I wish you nothing but joy and prosperity. And thank you everyone for coming. We're going to have a great night, and let's celebrate Jack. Give him a big round of applause.
Lord Zach. Lord Zach. I'm really glad that James taught me into the end of the show, because that was fucking, damn, that was good. So, do you have a rebuttal song? Do you want to do my favorite show? Zachary Gardner, everybody. I mean, you really learned a lot about yourself. I recommend it to everyone.
Come on, Cletus!
Thank you, really, to all my wonderful friends that are here. When we first met, I was the young guy.
That's a fucking lie.
No. When I met these guys, I was the young guy. But as time passed, I turned 40 and you all stayed the same. You look wonderful. I've gotten a lot of pre and post marriage advice, but I still contend, marriage is easy. I clean the toilet because I destroy it. And Kelly does the laundry because she's a woman. Leora, where do we even begin? Actually, I do know where it began. It was when I and Leora have been probably the most reliant people and what have shaped, most of my life. I met them at I was like 17.
They have been the most influential people probably that I could ever even imagine. I wouldn't be half the person I am without you all. You're the reason I moved here. And you're the reason why I was here in Louisville. Boom roasted.
I thought you were gonna roast me, motherfucker.
Damn it, fucking Dawn. Of course you were gonna sing a fucking song. Really entertaining. We really enjoyed it. Dawn is such a great friend, and obviously you all know now, a musician. He's the most positive person, supportive friend you'll ever meet in your life. We even changed out a toilet together. And we thought that was a great fucking day. Really it was. Like, if you can imagine changing out a toilet with someone that's so nice and so positive, and it being a fun day, that is what is being friends with Dawn is. It's amazing.
I needed you that day.
That's all. That's all. Why isn't Dennis here?
It's vacation. They went to Florida.
It's probably for the best. Because the last time that he went to a fucking party with us, someone here, we won't name names, thought it was a good idea to give him like 10 milligrams of marijuana to his PTSD. And we had to haul his ass out in a fucking rickshaw. Yes, it was. Yeah. Where is hell, right? Joe. What a thank you. It's about time. Let's be to be fair. Joe did everything first, and honestly, dude, you served as a mentor for most of my life. He got a job first. He got married first. Twice, actually. And he had kids first. Might have kids again before I do. All many first. But all along the way, he's been right by my side. Anytime I ever needed a friend, Joe was right there. Always. Reliably. Boom roasted! Liz!
Don't make me Will Smith ya.
By the way, does anybody's wife have any medical conditions that we need to know about first? It doesn't look like much alopecia or anything
But
else.
I will G.I. Jane you if I need to.
I'm just trying not to get slapped. Liz, you literally are the original gangster. EOG. We met in an elevator.
Was it going down?
You know, I didn't write this joke, but I was thinking about it. When she met James, she was like, hey, I didn't fuck Zach. I don't know why that's a bad thing. Is that really? I should have written it apparently. I said, can someone press 19? And in the most New York style of voice, can you say, you must be the new guy? New York.
Via Evansville,
New York.
apparently.
New
Via
York.
Evansville.
We were friends immediately after that. I mean, she told her stories, we all told our stories, but I wouldn't have met most of these people here without you. There should definitely be a holiday named after you. Boom! Roasted! I numbered my pages. Nice.
That's what
Sometimes you just need great people in your life. People that make everything better. Melissa is that person. She could even make jury duty fun and memorable. Boom! Roasted! Oh, I have to find 4.
It's still funny.
I didn't need them.
Joe, can you help him?
We're gonna have to revisit the definition of roasted, Zach. We're gonna have to revisit the definition of roasted.
I only see the great in you guys. Why you have tried to tear me down. I don't know.
I was looking forward to
funny as fuck.
annihilation.
No, never.
We can do
Hey, Sean, you have a pair of glasses too?
I got glasses. You got glasses?
Bifocal.
What happens when we get old?
Yeah, get it in there. Can we do that again?
Oh, here we go. There's the backside, sorry. Don. Oh no, I did that one, didn't I?
Doing great.
Alright.
You're on your own.
Oh, James. We get to James?
No, not yet.
James is such a great friend that one time I did a donut in his front fucking yard.
I forgot, but now I remember.
He wasn't, yeah, but he
Wait, I thought you were
wasn't.
Canadian. I thought you were Beignet.
Exactly. He wasn't even pissed. I told him I was drunk and excited, and he completely understood. It's so fucking Canadian of him.
My bad. It's gonna be okay.
I wish you could all have a friend like Bren. Or is it Brian? We're still not sure. If you're into fun and loyalty, she's your gal. Boom! Roasted! I dream of being retired. Literally, that's not a joke, really. I'm trying to retire. Yeah, I know. It's not going to happen, but but if there's anyone here younger than me, but acts twice as old, it's Greg. He's already retired. If you text him after 8, don't expect a reply until 7 a.m., which I'm still not up at, so boom, roasted! Sometimes you just need great people in your life.
Yes, amen.
People that just, oh, that's Melissa's. On the same note, we come to Roe Beer. Rob would literally help you shovel shit with a smile on his face. A man among men.
Rob!
Boom! Roasted! Where would we all be without a little bit of Lee in our lives? If you don't have a Southerner in your life, in your mix of friends, you're missing out on a lot of class. You make us all better. Boom! Roasted! Most importantly, let's really talk about the people that raised me. You might think it's my parents, and while they did make me, it was my sister. And 80 for sure. Goddamn, they put up with me in my fucking 20s.
Remember when Kim got really mad at me peeing outside?
No, you peed on his house.
Back when you could see your car.
It's still up there.
I'll argue this
Just
shot
being.
down.
Love you, Zachy. We
Love you. Anyway, it was my sister that raised me, and if you do thank anyone tonight for me being cool, thank Kim. Boom! Roasted! Thank you all. I cannot believe it. I can't even think about imagining everyone here together, but I'm so glad we are. So let's get down and let's have a couple more.